Hi guys, so I didn't want to talk in front of the class, so I'm going to do a video. And my song is Holiday by Green Day. It's a pretty popular song, but I figured I'd play a little clip of it just so you can get to know it, or see what it is. So yeah, and by the way, I apologize if the quality isn't completely there. Anyway, so this song is actually a really big rhetorical, it has a lot of rhetorical tools in it. In fact, their entire CD, American Idiot, was all songs regarding the war, the Afghanistan war. And this song specifically is protesting Bush's reign, and it also criticizes Democrats in it. And it basically is an overall call to have Americans wake up so that our future can change. The first big part in it is they say, "Hear the sound of the falling rain coming down like an Armageddon flame." And this is how they choose to open the song, so it's a big deal. It uses parallelism. It repeats itself in a way, using a noun-verb structure. And it also uses simile, comparing the falling rain to an Armageddon flame, which allows the listeners to connect the falling rain to an Armageddon flame and picture that in their minds. And that can be a strong image when you think about it. There's also, well, hold on, let me play this first. So yeah, so that's that part. And then the next line also starts with "hear the." In fact, pretty much every main phrase in this starts with "hear the," which is an example of, hearing. It's recalling past knowledge, and so they're recalling the fact that they want you to hear the sounds. They want you to imagine as if this is actually going on around you, which it is, but we don't always necessarily recognize it for what it is. And so yeah, basically the next line they say, "Hear the dogs hauling out of key to a hymn called Faith in Misery." And this is also another example of parallelism, going from a noun to a verb, and kind of repeating itself in a way. It also uses a positive. It uses an appositive because this way it can expand on the idea. The full stanza is, "Hear the dogs howling out of key to a hymn called Faith in Misery, and bleed, the company has lost the war today." And so by adding the appositive to a hymn called Faith in Misery, it expands upon the idea of dogs howling out of key, which would normally just be a random sentence, and it gives it context and meaning. And then the last major part of this song is when he gives his speech, when Billy Joe gives his speech at the end. And I will let you listen to it and then I'll explain it. So yeah, that is like the climax of the song right there. At the beginning, he says, "Sig Hail to the President," which is alluding to the time when Hitler controlled Germany. They would do the salute, the Nazis would, and so he's referring to the fact that America is becoming like that, and if we don't wake up soon enough, we're going to turn into it, and we could be just as easily persecuted as the Jews were. It also personifies the Eiffel Towers, and it has some alliteration in it and onomatopoeia to give that remembrance, so that it sticks in your head and you can remember the line. So yeah, thanks for watching.